On Wednesday, December the 28th at 7:30 at the Winnipeg Art Gallery, the Women's Musical Club of Winnipeg will be holding their annual Scholarship Winners Concert. This year's concert boasts six excellent young up-and-coming Manitoba musicians. Throughout this week, we have been showcasing the six WMC Scholarship winners who will be performing on the 28th. Joining me here over Zoom, I am joined by soprano Paulina Gonzalez, who is the winner of the $1,500 Holtby Scholarship given out through the WMC. Hi, Paulina. It's nice to see you again. The first time I saw you was about 2 or 3 years ago when you were here in studio talking to my friend Simon Rusnak. Nice to have you here.
Yeah,
Mm,
thank you. Thank you for having me. Nice to see you.
mm. I first got to ask, you're from Sonora, Mexico, but you've been here in Winnipeg a few years now. Uh, have our winters gotten any easier for you, or are you
It
still freezing? Has your blood thickened up at all?
has, yes, it has, especially because I've never owned a car here in Winnipeg, so I'm very familiar with busing around the city, and in the winter it's not easy. So I know it has my blood has thickened, and I am from the desert basically, so
Yeah.
very different. But I don't like the winter. It's so hard, but I love the snow, so that's nice. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see that.
Hmm. I was doing some reading about you when I was prepping for the interview. I understand a full dance class in your high school was actually how you got into singing. Can you talk about that story? How you first got involved in singing?
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty funny. I was very excited to sign up for my electives in high school, and so I when I was signing up, they told me, you know what, you're late. It's full. So these are the other options. Actually, I don't think they gave me options. I think they just assigned me to choir, and so I went to my first choir class in the first day of high school, and I just fell in love with it completely. All these musicians and like singers and the conductor, everyone was great, and I just had so much fun. And then from there I kind of went on and on looking for more music because it was just so fun and fulfilling.
Mhm. And now you have a master's degree from the University of Manitoba, which you got a couple of years ago. Aside from winning the WMC Holtby Scholarship, what have you been doing recently in regards to singing? And are you still studying with anybody? Like, are you still studying with a voice teacher?
Yes, I am still taking lessons with Tracy Dahl occasionally. It's a little bit harder now because she's full-time teacher at the U of M, and I work full time, so the schedules sometimes don't line up. But yeah, she's always there for me, and I love Tracy. And I've also been working with Valdine Anderson recently.
Hmm.
Amazing, very good teacher, really nice person, very sweet, and she's been helping me with some new repertoire. I don't have much experience with contemporary repertoire, so I know she's the expert in that
Yes,
category.
yeah.
So yeah, I went to her, and it's been great. It's been a great experience working with her too.
Hmm. So you're performing on the 28th. Can you tell us what you're going to be singing? And I got to ask, are there going to be any Mexican songs? There's such this wonderful Mexican art song tradition. Are you going to be singing any Mexican music? What are
I
you going to be
oh,
performing on the 28th?
no, unfortunately, I sorry, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't prepare anything Mexican, but I am working on a few projects that involve Latin music, and I'm so excited for that. And but this time I decided to show some of the stuff that I worked on earlier this year. I'm singing a song by Strauss. It's called Das Rosenband, which I performed in the Winnipeg excuse me, Winnipeg Music Festival earlier this year. I'm also singing one of the songs that I've been working on with Valdine, which is called This Blue Heron by Kulisha. And I'm closing with the aria Gavotte from the opera Manon. Yeah, so I did think about doing something in Spanish, but I'm trying to hold off on that until I have something like a bigger um, selection, so that I can pick my favorites and all that. But yeah, I'm working on that.
Mhm. So you're going to be singing music. Is that right? Of Gary Kulesha? Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious about this. He's a wonderful Canadian composer. What can you tell us about that piece? What's it like?
Oh, it's my favorite. It's so freeing to sing that, and it just puts my voice in such a good place. And that's saying something because I always struggle, like singer technique and all that. But this song, the minute I start singing, I my voice just goes into the right place. I don't know if it's the text or where the notes are or what the notes are, but it just works. And I just really like the music that he did for this text. It's very it creates a very easy image. I don't know if easy is the right word. I think that it's easy for me to create that image in my head as I'm singing and stay connected to the text. And it's like a conversation that I have the melody with the pianist. It's a two-person conversation. It's
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Amazing. And what's a Strauss like?
The Strauss is very sweet. It's very. I always go back to the character because it helps me engage more, and everything just clicks, and I start singing without thinking of many things. I just think about what the song is to me.
Yeah.
And so the shows is very important to me because that's the song that I won one of the trophies with in the Winnipeg Music Festival. And it was like a turning point this year because I haven't been doing much before this year. So because of COVID and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
winning that trophy, and that's the song that I sang. So that's why I decided to use it again.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. As I was saying earlier, you were in a couple, about 2 or 3 years ago, talking to my friend Simon Rusnak. And one of the things that you touched on was at the time you were singing music of Handel, you were singing his opera Rodrigo, and you were talking how you loved the coloratura and, that aspect of it. Now that you're a couple years older, have you figured out what kind of music fits best for your voice and what kind of composers specifically fit best for your voice? Have you given that any thought?
Um, it's more about, I don't think it's about composers or a certain um, genre or yeah repertoire from a certain period, but I think it's more about how I connect to the whatever I sing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm feeling about whatever I'm singing, it's gonna work. And if I'm worried about one little note or something that I can't really, engage with, it gives me problems. But it's more me. So I kind of decided to just sing whatever I like, and if it works, it works. But I haven't really categorized myself into just one composer or one style.
Mm-hmm. I gotta ask, how does it feel to be the winner of the $1,500 Holtby Scholarship? What did you do when you found out you won?
Well, I was taking a nap when I got the call, and when they told me, I kind of was very out of it. So I was like, oh, cool. But then I was actually really excited afterwards. I think like after 5 minutes, I was like, I'm so happy I got this award. But I wish I could have been awake for that call. But yeah, I felt really, really happy and very honored. And again, it's good that things are happening again, like this type of competitions, and to do it in person is just so much better. And yeah, I feel very, very lucky and very honored to be singing in this concert.
Yeah, it's going to be great. What's next for you after the 28th? Are you going to take a break and sort of enjoy the holidays? And you have anything coming up early in 2023?
Yeah, there's a few gigs here and there. I'm working on a few projects on my own, kind of creating more opportunities, and I'm also expanding into another type of music, which I've always loved, which is what I was talking about before. Working with a friend on some Latin ensemble, so singing as a duet, Mexican music or salsa,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
in Spanish that we love, and I'm very excited about that because it's very different from singing opera in many ways, but it's also very very good for me because I really enjoy it, you know, and I think people could really like that here. Excuse me. And then aside from that, I'm still pursuing my opera career. I am still looking for auditions and competitions and whatever comes my way.
Hmm. Paulina, this has just been so great. All the best on the 28th. A big congratulations to you for your win. And thanks for taking the time to chat with me today. This has been a lot of fun.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.